Hey, what's going on, HM3 users? My name is John, also known online as Drew. Thanks for tuning in. So check it out. There is an old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right? I think there's a lot of power in that statement, and I definitely think that it applies to poker. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use the new Hold'em Manager 3 to go behind enemy lines and take a look at some opponent tendencies, stats, things like that. We can break down a ton of stats and figure out our opponents much easier using this new HUD. So let's go into opponents here. Let's go to single opponent. Now let's say that you're a growing poker player, maybe even an experienced one, or whatever the case may be. But this person here, look at these stats. When you pull up the opponents, it's going to go in to show you these brief overall stats. But let's say that you are this opponent here, and let's assume a decent hand sample. It shows you right here, we've got 320 hands. But let's say this is a big one. And this person here does not 3-bet like much at all, 0.8%. That's really tiny. So let's say this person's coach was like, hey, you need to work in some more 3-betting. Let's assume a solid sample. Now, how can we do that? Where do we start? What hands do we 3-bet with? Like, where do we go? So in Hold'em Manager, let's say, all right, let's just think of a winning player, somebody that we've had problems with, somebody that we know 3-bets a lot. Let's go ahead and change this from the assumed hero to, let's go here on this opponent, right? We change it to this, and then now it refreshes, and you can see this person 3-bets 7% of the time. So let's use this line analysis tool here, and I really like this. This is pretty neat. But look, we can go here to the street actions, and let's put in 3-bet, and then we're going to hit the little refresh here so it changes the hands. Now we are looking at this opponent, and we can see all the hands that they have 3-bet pre-flop. We could also sort by position if we want to see where they're 3-betting, but we could see here all the hands they have that they've 3-bet. And kind of at first glance, you can see it's nothing too crazy. I see a lot of ace, king, kings, queens, ace, jack. But we can go through this sample and see exactly what hands they're 3-betting with and how they're playing it. Let's see this first one here, this ace-4 hand. Let's see what happens. So we double click in, and we can click through. There's a raise, then there's an ISO raise, short stacks, short-ish stacks behind 22 big blinds here, some dead money. They just get it in here, and then look, here's a spot where we can now analyze why would this person get in 22 big blinds. Well, this person's got 4 big blinds, dead money. This person's got 10, maybe on the button here versus 10 big blinds. Effectively, we're just getting it in anyway. This 24 big blind stack is obviously a bit more concerning, but given the late position action here, it's going to be a small percentage of the time that this person actually wakes up with a hand. So maybe this might be a situation where you might look at that as like, oh, okay, I wouldn't normally do that. Maybe I need to add that into my game as long as the stack sizes behind are correct. Or here's another one that there was a 3-bet here, button open, and as you can see, hero has the big blind is 600. Hero has about 20 bigs. They go all in with the king jack suited. Maybe you're a player who typically is just flatting this here, but depending on how often you're getting folds, this can be a very profitable jam. So just a couple of ideas on how we can get in and start digging in, seeing what our opponents are doing, use it to our benefit, but also dig in and let's say we're already confident in our 3-bet range. We just want to go in and see what our opponent's 3-betting in situations and get some reads. Last thing here, only show hands with known hole cards. If you're playing on a network that does not show you hole cards at Showdown, this might be a beneficial button to click. That way you can actually see what they were doing it with versus just the dead action. For instance, Winning Poker Network does not show you that. All right, so I hope that helps give you an idea. Of course, we can extend this past 3-betting. If you look at the options here, we can see the hands that people are flatting, squeezing, opening, limping, which doesn't happen much yet or to this current day in poker unless you're more of a recreational player. But there's going to be room for this stat. I like that's in there. So I hope that you enjoyed this vid, everybody. Definitely check out more. I hope you enjoy HM3. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch up with you later. Peace.